Hi everyone, welcome back to Form of Therapy. My name is Cheok PD, and today I'll be reacting to NCT Wish's brand new pre-release. This is Sticky. As I mentioned, this is a pre-release for their upcoming An Ode to Love studio album, their first Korean studio album. They had their Japanese studio album Wishful, which was fantastic. It's the album that got me into NCT Wish, but this will be their first Korean studio album. With that in mind, let's go ahead and check out Sticky. Careful, it's kind of sticky. Nugus? Oh, that's an actor. I was like, what NCT Wish member looks like that? Ooh. Little reminiscent of Twice as Alcohol Free. Hey, wait a minute. Never mind. I take that back immediately. What?
I'm sticky and you're sticky not 절대 두 말 서로 주지 않은 두 눈엔 꿀이 떨어져 포근해 목이 타는 네 감정 빨개진 깃불까지 감출 수는 없는 걸 철밥처럼 찰싹 달라붙어서 포근한 네 봄에 파고들면 좋겠어
Mango and sticky rice.
Oh baby I just need your love 둘 사이 1mm의 틈도 없게 freaky with the sticky sticky 네 곁에선 상큼하고 달콤한
What?
무더운 섬에 내린 듯 열이 나 아찔한 네 끌림 눈아픈 새노란 흠뻑 손에 쥐는 sweat 질척거려 every day 잘못되는 열대야 왜 두고 드립해 너란 진득한 꿈 깨기는 무리 오늘 내 잠은 달아난지 오래 어떡하지 흔들어줘 빈도라 I need your sweetness How you doing? Text me now 궁금하지? Every slice 과즙 섞인 smile 보고 싶은 너 right now
Okay.
그래 만나 밤새도록 밤 mango tango pop Yeah 날 과거하나 eyes on me 흘러나온 허밍 마음의 drumming 이건 디젤 따위 아닌 진짜 main dishes 스며들었을 것처럼 한순간 소리 끝날 촉촉하게 촉촉한 내 맘에 밤줄 듯 높이 뻗어가 비행기를 태우지 기쁜 of it so high Sticky, yeah, sticky, 흠뻑 손에 쥐는 sweat yeah Sticky, yeah, sticky, 질척거려 every day yeah Sticky 네 곁에선 상큼하고 달콤한 이 느낌 마치 mango given every time 상상이 번져 여긴 내 paradise 너라는 휴양지 영원히 살고 봐 Sticky
Okay. You know what? That is definitely their most NCT song, I think, ever. It's their most Neo song. Neo, you know, it's an ambiguous word, but definitely NCT, the brand, has cultivated a very specific sound for it, right? It's a little disjointed, it's a little mechanical, it's a little experimental. I feel like NCT Wish, something that I was afraid of way back when, especially after like getting to know their sound and how youthful they are, I really enjoyed them. I knew eventually they would have to grow up, right? And I don't think they're fully growing up, at least with what I'm hearing and seeing here. I don't think they're fully like transitioning, like, and now we're gonna start doing Fire Truck and Kick It. And like, no. Like, they're not gonna like go full 127. No. I feel like this is just like slowly just kind of like building out their sound and experimenting with the neo sound, but they do an amazing job at making it sound still very NCT Wish. Like I'm listening to this and I'm like, I can't imagine 127 doing this. And NCT Dream is probably like their closest brother group in terms of like doing something dreamy and cute. But I'm like, I still can't imagine NCT Dream doing this. Wavy would definitely not do this. And so I felt like, oh wow, it's like they did a great job of like pinpointing a very specific neo NCT sound, but still like maintaining it in NCT Wish. It's cute, it's still vibrant and youthful and refreshing. And refreshing is, I think, one of the things that I would probably describe NCT Wish overall as. Like, they're a very refreshing group. They always feel like popping open like a crisp soda bottle on a cool summer day. A lot of their songs have that sort of aesthetic, especially like my favorite one from them, Pop Pop. But I feel like what makes this neo is probably the only part of the song that's hard for me to stomach, but we'll probably get used to over time because that's how I feel about a lot of those neo songs, is when it gets to the sticky, icky, when they kill the melodical aspect. When it gets to feeling a little bit more kind of like just pure hip hop, and it's just like brr, like just like that bass guiding the song. That's when I'm like, it's not that I dislike it. My hype just immediately dies down because I actually really like the beat. The beat itself for Sticky is really unconventional, but then the way they're singing on top of it is what makes me enjoy it so much. That's probably what I love the most about NCT Wish, is that their vocal line is incredible. It's probably why I love NCT Dream so much as well. Their vocal line is incredible. And so listening to this song, listening to parts like this. So let me pull up just a random part right here and play it.
I'm sticky and you're sticky, not 절대 두 말 서로 주지 않은 두 눈엔 꿀이 떨어져.
See, it's still that same kind of glitchy beat that's playing, but it sounds very sweet and romantic. Na 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 na. That's how most of the song is, and that's what I really, really like about it. And then when the song actually gets melodical again, like kind of like sounding like this tropical part, that's when they actually kill the melodical part in their vocal tone, and then they start singing like one note. They start singing in a very flat way. So there's a lot of like interesting contrast happening there. And then when it gets to this part, this is probably the part that's harder for me to digest, because the other parts, when it's like the kind of like a very flat beat, they're singing more melodically, so the contrast there is nice. And then when the beat is more melodical, their vocal tone is more flat, so again the contrast there is nice. Here it's just flat and flat. Like the beat is a little flat, the vocals are a little flat, but that's also kind of what always made NCT. That's that neo part right there. And then we bring it back. It sounds a little bit more like a hip hop beat, but Sion's voice, that na 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 na, that one little vocal part where he goes up right there, that's what gives this song, like, I feel like this richness that I really, really like. So I would give this song, for me, a solid 8 out of 10. It's great. I love it. And I'm sure, just like any other NCT song, I will digest and get more used to the neo parts. Like, for example, NCT Sticker, incredibly controversial song. I don't even remember how I reacted to it. I don't even remember how I felt about it. But I know for the most part, people were largely like, oh, this is hard to listen to. And I might have felt that way, maybe. But now I'm like, I like Sticker. It's just genuinely creative and weird. And I love the fact that it's weird. And I think there's always something to be said about like when you do stuff that is experimental, when you do stuff that is very boundary pushing, your first reaction can always be a little bit more tentative. And so I'm going to hold reserve judgment on the one part, but I am being honest and like, it's a little hard to digest, but I'll be listening to it a little bit more. And I will be listening to it a little bit more when the album drops. The album's dropping, I think, in like a week or so is the timeline. Yeah, it's dropping on 4/20. Not that that's a notable number or anything, but it's going to be dropping in a week for NCT Wish. I will be checking out the title track when it comes out. So stay tuned. If you want to see my reaction to that title track and you want to be notified when I do, go ahead and hit subscribe over here. Hit that notification button and you'll be notified when I upload it or react to it. If you also want to see my listening party for NCT Wish's Ode to Love, that'll be out next month on my Patreon. And if you want to see any of my other NCT Wish reactions, I've reacted to almost all their EPs and their Japanese studio album. And I also recently, past few months ago, wrapped up the reaction to NCT Last Start. So if you want to see my reaction to NCT Last Start and all that, you can head on over to my Patreon. It's a fantastic way to support the channel, as well as getting bonus reactions. Of course, you don't have to support me monetarily if you don't want to. That's completely fine. You can always just hit the like button down below. You can also check out my other videos up here. And yeah, as I said, you can subscribe over here. That's going to be it for me. I will be back with the NCT Wish title track in a week, so stay tuned, and I'll see you there. Bye, guys.